a quartz watch for $50,000. This is the FP Journe Elegante 48 in Titalyt. Hey guys, welcome to the channel. My name is Alex and today we are taking a closer look at a very expensive quartz watch by FP Journe. The Elegante or the Elegante was introduced a couple of years ago in like 2016, and it was first of all a watch by FP Journe, which is a very talented and very hyped independent watchmaker, mainly focused for his clients that were about to buy something for their wives and girlfriends and mistresses and so on. Because in general, ladies don't like mechanical watches. They prefer the quartz ones because they don't have to, wind it or set the time all the time. So quartz watch is basically a very convenient type of watch that mainly ladies and myself also like a lot, because if you've seen a couple of my other videos, this is not the first nor the last quartz watch to be featured on my channel. I first had some hands-on with the Elegante back in 2019 at SIHH, which was the predecessor of Watches and Wonders, and I instantly fell in love with this watch. I mainly saw the jeweled pieces they had focused for the ladies in the smaller case size, because we have two sizes of this watch. Today in the video we are featuring the larger one, the 48mm version, and don't get too frightened about the dimensions of this watch when you hear 48mm, because it measured from lug to lug actually. However, I fell in love and I just loved the thought behind the watch with this movement. It's a quartz movement, yes, but this is a bit more on the higher end, you can say. We'll talk more about the movement soon, but this is a true high-end quartz movement that is just, not comparable really to any other of the quartz movements out there. That's in my eyes at least. So I saw the watch in 2019, fell in love, was on a vacation later the same year and actually had the chance to pull the trigger on this exact watch or this exact configuration in Rome, and then the price was at retail 11,000 euros, I believe. And I was a bit hesitant because I couldn't really decide upon if I wanted the smaller size or the larger one. The smaller one is 40mm. I was a bit hesitant, didn't pull the trigger, and now I will probably never own one since this price appreciation of this model has just gone through the roof. So we're talking 4 or 5x retail price on the market. So these watches now trade around 40 to 50k euro or USD. So it's quite a big premium from the retail price. But enough of my regrets. Let's talk about the watch. In front of us today we have the 48mm Elegante. It's a titanium case which is coated with something called Titalyt, which is very scratch resistant. This one, the Titalyt version, has a darker appearance than the ordinary titanium. So there are two different case versions of this watch or this model. 48mm from lug tip to lug tip, 39.5mm across the case. Thickness is 7.7mm, so it's a slim watch. It's a sporty watch. I really love this tonneau shaped case, and the crystal is super flat. It's a really nice looking piece in my eyes. It has a screw down crown and is water resistant down to 50 meters. So this is definitely like the most sporty FP Journe out there and with the most water resistance. This is clearly a watch that has been designed and made as a sporty complement to the other FP Journe pieces that are not water resistant and that are more of a dress watch character. So you could basically compare this watch as an Aquanaut to your Grand Complications Patek, for example, or your Calatrava. Rubber straps in many different colors. This combination with the Titalyt case and the orange strap is one of my favorites. And the strap also comes with a folding clasp in titanium. So if we move on from the case and bracelet and talk about the real star of the show, the movement. This is a revolutionary movement. It's electromechanical, and this is where the interesting part comes in with this quartz movement. It's not just a ordinary, $10 Casio quartz movement. This has a motion detector at 4 o'clock that you can see here. When the watch is not worn for 35 minutes, this watch goes into what they call the standby mode. And when in standby mode, this watch still keeps track of the current time. It's just that the hands don't move. So when you pick the watch up again, the hands will automatically set to the current time. Yeah, it's self-explanatory. This is quite cool, guys. And this motion detector helps the battery life. So when worn like a daily, the battery will last 8 years. But it can last up to 18 years if you're not wearing this watch every day. You understand now that this is not just your ordinary quartz watch. Also, the hands, when you pick up the watch, will reset to the current time, either clockwise or counterclockwise, depending on which way is the shortest. So that's also a very cool feature of this watch. The dial is a typical FP Journe style dial with the Arabic numerals and these blued hands. The whole dial itself is made out of super luminova, so this watch lights up like a disco ball in the club. Lume is fantastic and it's super cool to see in the dark. The watch, as you can see here on my wrist, I have a 16.5 centimeter wrist or 6.5 inches. This is why I was a bit hesitant to pull the trigger in the first place, because I find the 48mm version a little bit too big for my wrist. So this was the thing that like kept me from purchasing in the first place. I've tried on both sizes. I'll also include a picture here, or a couple of pictures of the smaller one, just so you can see for sizing references the two versions on my 6.5 inch wrist or 16.5 centimeter. So yeah, I mean, the wearability, it works, but it's not 100% fit for me. And also with the current market price, I mean 40 to 50k for this watch now, I can't justify that, even though I think this is a badass piece. But for retail, if I had the chance again, I would probably buy it, just because I think this is a super cool looking watch, which also has a super interesting quartz movement. Let me know, guys, what you think about this watch in the comments. Do you like it, or is it just not for you since it doesn't have a full mechanical movement? Let me know. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this piece. Don't forget to like this video, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.